In this video, we're going to talk about how to straighten your alignment down your forks to your wheel after a crash. Now, if you have a look at this bike, you will see that the front wheel is out of line with the front mudguard. This is a result in a crash of basically the forks twisting one way or another in the triple tree at the top of the bike. And this will cause the bike to pull left or pull right, depending on which way you've crashed. The good news is that it's super quick to fix, super easy to fix. You can do it yourself or in any mechanic shop. So what I'm going to do in this video is show you the hack way of fixing it really quickly that we all do on dirt bike trails, but no one talks about because it's against the rules. And I'll show you very briefly the proper way you can do it, which you can also find by proper mechanics on YouTube. I'm not a proper mechanic, I'm just a guy who crashes a lot and fixes things in the hackiest way I can. Okay, so let's get started. We can see that this bike is out of alignment, right? Agree? So all we need to do is find a tree, find a wall, find anything we like, and basically slam it back into alignment. And so this is basically a wall or a tree, and I can see I need to shove the front wheel this way. As I say, this is completely not by the book. This is just what you do on the trail. It's not something a mechanic would do. And then you just wedge it back into alignment. You'll get all sorts of horrible clicking noises, so on and so forth, but don't worry. The bike is going to be okay, and it's only a Honda XR anyway. So how are we done there? Yes, I've nailed that actually. Another way that you see people doing usually with mountain bikes is they'll stand at the front or get a friend. You jam it with your knees and then you can do it like this. But honestly, on motorbikes, usually the bolts are too tight for you to be able to make a noticeable difference doing this. So I prefer the brick wall dash tree way of doing things. So that will now drive more or less straight. Another thing to keep in mind though is the front mudguard can be bent in itself. So having a perfect alignment here is not always perfect. And also, if you're just looking at your bike and you see that your wheel is out of line with the mudguard, again, it could actually just be that the mudguard is slightly off and the bike is fine. So this is a game of feel. You then test drive the bike and you feel what is right for you. Keep in mind though, people often get themselves really messed up in the mind that they think something is wrong when it's not. Every time you've crashed, you'll think that something's wrong with your bike, but it might not be. So keep in mind, especially if you're dealing with our mechanics or mechanics on the road, but a lot of it can just be in your head. And a lot of it as well, you can just get used to. Even if it's wrong, you'll get used to it very quickly in an hour or two. No big deal, okay? Okay, so let's have a look at the slightly more proper way of doing things. So the better way to do it is you need a 12 spanner. And the only bolts you need to undo on this bike is these ones, midway up the forks, okay? And basically, you just loosen them off, right? On both sides. If you look at other channels done by mechanics, especially if they're on dirt bikes, there might be more bolts that you have to do in relation to the brake caliper. Or KTM, that kind of thing. Also, I've noticed that some mechanics will actually take the handlebars off and loosen the triple tree up the top here, but other mechanics don't. End of the day, don't be gentle. It's a rental, it's a Honda XR. We don't need you to follow procedure exactly, just get the bike going again. Now, I've already aligned this properly, so what I'm going to do is take it out of alignment in the same way and show you a slightly different way of realigning it. Hopefully I've knocked that out. Not really. I have a little bit, but maybe not enough for camera. One more time. Better. Not really, but okay. So what you do is you simply compress the forks, and it should self-align itself. In my case, it's not, probably because I haven't undone the bolts enough. No, it has. It's gone. Can you see that on camera? All right. Okay, so now we're going to tighten it all up. So on KTMs, this would be 15 Newton meters. On the XR, there's basically not a single mechanic in Vietnam that even knows what a torque wrench is. That's a generalization, not true, but very, very, very hard to find a mechanic with a torque wrench in Vietnam. Now the problem with over torquing the forks is if you do these too tight, it compresses the fork wall and it stops the forks being able to go up and down. So if you have a high performance bike, really, really important to do this correctly. But again, don't be gentle, this is just a rental. It's a Honda XR, let's not worry too much about it if the mechanics don't have a torque wrench. But it should be 15, and something to consider is that this will be surprisingly loose. Most mechanics in Vietnam will just jam every single bolt they can as hard as they can. But 15 in real life is loose. And you want to rotate them, you know, one by one to get the correct torque. So that's done. Ultimately, again, it's all feel. You need to get on the bike and feel if it all looks and feels straight. And you're taking into account as well bent handlebars, potentially a bent steering stem, although our mechanics would very likely have detected that already, but if you've done the crash yourself, that's a thing. And you get it as straight as you can, do a drive, and you feel if you're having to hold the bike to keep it straight, when something is, you know, can be like, A, it's going to make you tired over time because you're having to hold the bike physically with one arm or the other, then you know something's still not quite right, okay? Let's just talk about handlebars a second. On our off-road bikes, we will use motocross bars, which we've so far never ever managed to bend. That's how strong they are. When it comes to CB500s, they come with very, very strong OEM bars with them. But again, if you really have a proper crash on a CB, the bars will bend and we'll replace them with motocross bars, but that's very rare. But on bikes like the XR150, the OEM bars, which actually this bike has, are super easy to bend. One drop of the bike will likely bend these bars to a certain degree, and mechanics out there on the road will be able to straighten it up. Basically, they get a long metal bar, and they will attach it, and then they'll just yank it either way they want. Once the OEM bars are bent, we will then install CRF 250 bars, which are pretty strong. Like if you drop the bike, they're not going to bend, but if you have a medium-sized crash, they will. And everything here is cheap, providing it's a small to a medium-sized crash. You can have the bike really, really offline and you're like, oh, I've done so much damage to this bike. But in reality, we can fix it pretty cheaply and pretty accurately, back to about 95% accuracy, where nearly every single tourist would have no idea that the bike's being crashed, okay, ever in its life. However, those really, really, really big crashes, that's where the bike has to go off to a specialist shop to straighten it out. Again, the costs are not crazy on this. We're looking at like $50 to $100 to straighten it out, plus parts, handlebars and things like that. And the bike will get back to about 95%. For me, someone who's test driven thousands and thousands of bikes, and the mechanics for that matter, one of the hardest parts of our job is deciding what is acceptable for an average tourist. Because we've driven so many bikes, we know to the 1% degree if a bike is slightly off alignment. But there's basically no tourist that's going to detect that. So we're always making decisions. Is a tourist going to notice or not? And it's a balancing act. And then every now and again, once in a blue moon, you get an extremely experienced rider come through, and they know that this is slightly wrong, that's slightly wrong. But usually those sorts of riders know enough about bikes to know that the condition of the bike is very, very good for a rental. And they're actually usually very easy people to deal with. It's the people who come along and they think they know everything, but they don't, and they get nitpicky on all these things, and a lot of it is actually mental. And it leaves us shrugging our shoulders like, I think the customer should be buying a brand new bike. So in conclusion, if you've crashed a bike, it's all out of alignment, fix it yourself with a wall or a tree, pop into a mechanic shop, they'll straighten it out. If there are parts related, handlebars, etc., you can send us a picture and we'll arrange a replacement part to one of our offices. If it's somewhere in the middle of nowhere, then in the end there's not much we can do. The mechanics are very, very good at straightening everything out to a drivable condition. And I emphasize drivable condition. If you're someone who's going to get scared because something's a little bit out of alignment, you shouldn't be on a rental bike in the first place, or you shouldn't be renting long distance in a remote area in the first place, I should say. Things happen out there. Clients crash bikes, we fix bikes, all part of the game. And I hope this video will help you deal with it when that event happens. Okay, thanks for watching.